Good morning, my dear class. Class, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is the chapter number 10, Changing Political Structure of India. Class, first of all, the I can discuss that what is the meaning of political here. Here political means different rules, policies that was made by our government, that is called a political. Yes, it is right that there is always change in a political structure of India. Why? Because it depends upon the government. Different government is having a different type of political structure, rules and regulations for our country. So, according to our government, it can also changes in the political structure of India. Now, class, if we can talk about the political instability and crisis in Mughal Empire, so the Mughal believed in centralized form of administration, where all the powers have to be appointed people in the important positions was in the hands of the empire. So, the stability in the empire was dependent upon the ability of the empire. So, by controlling the appointment of important officials and functionaries, the empire indirectly controlled all the provinces. So, this is all about the political instability and crisis in Mughal Empire. But class, after the death of the Aurangzeb, empires became more dependent on the provincial governors for the financial supports. Why? Because they are having a less amount of financial, so they need a financial help from the provincial governors. So the financial crisis severely affected the control of the empires. So now if we can move further, that what are the emergence of the states from Mughal Empire. So there are three major provinces broke away from the Mughal Empire to establish their own kingdoms. They were the Awadh, then Bengal and then Hyderabad. So now let's discuss all these emergent states from Mughal Empire one by one. First of all is the Awadh. If we can talk about the Awadh, it consists of the Burhan ul Malik Sakat Khan. He was the Subedar of Awadh during the crisis in Mughal Empire, and he was taking the advantages of situation which he established Awadh as a independence provision. He also negotiated with the local jamidars for the assistance in return for the security. Now our second one is the Bengal. So Murshid Qoli Khan was appointed as a Naib. He also made use of the period of confusion after Aurangzeb's death, and he can take all the power and become the governor of the provinces. He also combines the offices of Nizam and Diwan, and he controlled the administration, revenue and military of all over the India. Now, if we can move further towards our third one is that is the Hyderabad. So, Nizam ul Mulk Arfaz Jah was appointed as the governor of Deccan, and after the following death of the Aurangzeb, the period of instability, Asaf Jah manipulated power and became the indirect ruler of the Hyderabad. So, several nobles and soldiers moved to Hyderabad with the promise to better opportunities as they were granted by the rulers, and he also reformed the revenue system by the powerful jamidaras. So class, this is all about the emergence of states from Mughal Empire, which includes three empires. First one is the Awadh, then Bengal and then Hyderabad. Now if we can talk about the independent states, there were states which were not a part of the Mughal Empire but had accepted the sovereignty of Mughals, which includes various states like Mysore, Rajputs, etc. So in the end, I want to say that there are three type of states emerged with the breakdown of Mughal Empire, and the rich and powerful provinces were a part of Mughal Empire like Awadh, Hyderabad and Bengal. So I request to everyone, please read this chapter carefully from your book. Thank you, class.